Shalom, everybody. This week's parsha is Parastatal Bechukotai. So the Torah speaks about the idea of going in God's commandments, but not just going in commandments, to learn them, to observe them. And God says, if you really go in my commandments, I will give Gishmechem Beitam, your rains, in the proper season. So to speak, that everything we need will happen in the good way. And we'll have so much abundance. He says in those days that it was a harvesting community. They will have so much coming in for their produce. They'll have to be taking out the old stuff for the new stuff that's coming in. And he says, "V'natati shalom ba'aretzachem," I will give peace in the land. Ushchavtem ve'ein macharid, you will lie down and no one will tremble. There will be no fear. You will chase after your enemies, and they will not run after you. They will fall before you in front of the sword. And then it says interesting thing. It says 5 of you will be chasing 100 of them. And then it says 100 of you will be chasing 10,000. So it's interesting. When it's 5 to 100 is a ratio of 1 to 20. One of us will be able to chase 20 of the enemy. But then when it says 100, it's 1 to 100 because it's 100 to 10,000. That's 1 to 100. What does that mean? It says it's not comparable when few in the community are doing the will of God as to when many are doing the will of God. Because when many are doing the will of God, we become stronger as a nation. We're more powerful. Our spiritual energy is higher. And so it's a very interesting concept that, like, as a community, we have to look at it, each one of us. That's what it says, Chayav Adam Lomar Bishvili Nivra Olam. A person needs to say, for my sake, the world was created. He should think, or she should think, everything was created for me, not in an arrogant way. It means that everything is dependent on me, on what I'm doing, on this little action that I'm taking. These little moments in the day, these are what end up making our lives. These are what end up making our relationships, really, if you think about it. So it's a very interesting concept that all of us in the community, we all make a difference. We shouldn't think I'm not important, I don't matter. We do matter. Every single one of us matter. In the end of the parsha, it talks about the concept of consecration of a person. It's like basically in the olden days in the temple, it's like the valuation of dedications is called. And it says that if an adult makes a vow, he says, I want to vow the value of this person. So the Torah goes through the value of certain people between age 20 to 60, 5 to 20. So it says an interesting thing. A man above the age of 60 is a certain value, and a woman is a certain value. The value of the man, it doesn't go according to the ratio when he gets older. The woman's value gets more when she's older. So to speak, that a woman, she increases in her value the older she gets. The man, not necessarily. A man needs to make sure that he brings value to this world, because if not, he might not be bringing value to this world. Women, by their nature, are usually more industrious in terms of things that they can bring to this world, value that they can bring to the family. So a man needs to really be aware and think, what am I bringing? What value am I bringing? What am I bringing to the world? What am I doing in this world? Be'ezrat Hashem, may we know good things. It's Shabbat Mevarchim, and it's also Shabbat Chazak, which is pretty powerful when that happens, which means that we're blessing the new moon, and we are also concluding the 3rd book of the Torah, Leviticus, Vayikra. We conclude the 3rd book. So it's a powerful Shabbat. And today, by the way, is the 38th day of the Omer. So just by counting that, you're doing a mitzvah. God bless you all. Shabbat Shalom Umevorach.